sports fans around this big, beautiful blue marble we call Earth, and whatever city you may live in. Welcome to episode 173 of the VWU Sports Podcast. I am, of course, the owner and founder of the bar, Mr. Jacob B. You can call me JB, Jake the Snake. Doesn't matter what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. I am being joined, as always, by my co-host and barkeep, first and foremost, Mr. Brandon C.
Oh.
Indeed, and we're also being joined by our other barkeep and the man who runs the checks, Mr. C. Carter. Indeed. And gentlemen, welcome to the month of May, the month of flowers, and of course, and the big one, of course, the month of awareness, because this is the start. This is the first Tuesday in Mental Health Awareness Month. For anyone who doesn't know,
that is true. Well, we have a huge show in store for you all, fellas, and
that we do. It is a big night tonight on this, the 6th of May, 2025. And we got a big show tonight, and we're gonna have ourselves a lot of guys coming into the bars a little bit later on tonight. So I suggest y'all better strap in because we got a lot to talk about. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get it. Gentlemen, 20 have started, but now we are down to the, should we call it the Elite Eight or the Hateful Eight?
Well, you can call it whatever you want. But I'll be the first one to tell you, fellas. The first round, it's been interesting to say the least.
I don't know if this is expected in the first round, but Houston.
We'll get. I was about to say we'll get to Houston in a minute. We'll get to Houston in a minute.
Outside of what happened between Oklahoma and Cleveland, where they did their respective sweeps, the other 6 games in the quarterfinals of the playoffs were eventful, to say the least. A lot of games ending in 5s, a lot of games, some games ending in 6, but 2 of them were just not so knocked down and drag them out. They actually had to go to game 7s, believe it or not.
Absolutely. Well, let's first and foremost put it this way. We'll start off with the fact the series that end in 5 games first. Starting out first with Orlando. First and foremost, Magic. You gave the Celtics all that you could handle. I'll
put it to you this way. You took the gentleman's sweep. Honestly, that's more honorable than anybody else could ever say. You got a young core with that roster. There is potential down in Mickey Mouse world. Okay, and it's not just me saying it. Every media pundit can smell it from 20 miles away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if y'all can keep growing like that, best believe there's going to be a lot of Orlando Magic, and I ain't talking about the song either, coming your way. So all I got to say is keep your head up and don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, just send us a postcard once you get down to Cancun.
Hey, Orlando. You Uber outside? Note to self, this offseason, learn how to shoot a 3. The fact that this team made it in just proves the East only had like 5 actual playoff teams. Next banner at Kia Center didn't get swept by the Celtics.
Evan shows no favors.
But no whatsoever. Now, Milwaukee. Yeah. Boy, I mean,
here's the thing. Time to get your people in.
Jamal said it best. It didn't matter. Sure, Damian Lillard having his Achilles torn was one of the big daggers that took him out. But again, when you got Doc Rivers as your head coach, you kind of expected it.
By the way, and when Lillard got hurt, and he's going to be out. Not only he's probably out for almost all of next season. So
basically, Milwaukee, you're basically dinner at this point.
Yeah. Say that to son. This team is on somebody's dinner table.
And their name is and they're from Indiana.
Yeah.
Come on, you know it was there.
Let's just get this over with. Just go outside.
Hey, Milwaukee, you Uber outside? Hey, man, at this point, it's like, don't be that team. Amazing how they went from the most feared team in the East to absolute cannon fodder. I'm just glad Chris Middleton didn't stick around to see this.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. For anybody, hold on. Let me some context. Evan just did arguably one of the main pillars of crunk music in the South. If you hear that song in any club, run because there's gonna be a lot of fists flying. Okay.
Now then, oh boy, you want to talk about big disappointment, huge disappointment.
Hey, who am I? It don't matter. OKC, UFC, WWE. Like it's the vibe.
I mean, well, I'm still trying to figure this out. What happened, Lakers? You just let Anthony Edwards just come in and just take you over. I mean,
No. He didn't do just that. He walked in there and did the whole and Crypt walked all over him like it was nothing.
And let's not forget in Game 5, Rudy Gobert stepped up and said, "Hey, don't forget about me. I'm on this team too." So I mean,
yeah. Rudy Gobert decided to tag out for Anthony Edwards on the Showtime list.
Sheesh. It's just
So yeah. You know what? We can't do the rhyming any more justice. I think Evan can do it way better than us.
ALA. You Uber outside? Look, I don't care if it's the Lakers, the Bakers, the Fakers, the Giant Snakers, the Birthday Cakers, the Large Fried Chocolate Shakers. Timberwolves in 5.
Nothing more can be said. Nothing more can be said.
Enough said. Enough said.
Yeah. To the first and foremost, I better get him on in here. Come on in here, kid.
Kid.
There it is.
We were the timing for you is just.
I started trolling. Here we go.
We're just getting to the game 6, actually. To the game 6 for the first round.
Go. Look at the name. He can start to troll.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm only going to be brief because I'm on my phone. Okay.
Well, all right, fair enough.
I presume we're kicking off with the basketball, right?
Yes, we are. We're going to the first round right now.
I'll let you guys go, then I'll give my piece of what happened in that game.
Yeah.
If that had been the series about getting ready to hit, is Detroit in New York?
I didn't watch game 1 because I had to go bed early, so waking up to it this morning, you can imagine my reaction when I've read all of it.
Gerg's not here yet, but Detroit. You know what? Before we play the Uber for the Pistons, what a heck of a season! What a heck of a year!
This is something that Detroit wanted, and that is hope.
Higgins trying to talk.
Yeah.
A team I would hate to play again next season.
Oh, most definitely. I said this in the Discord. If Detroit takes this and reloads for next season, beware. That V8 is going to turn into a V12.
And some scary. Yes, they've got a young core and stars, and they've got good depth. Imagine if they go and get a leader, like if they wanted to go all in and they go and get Giannis.
If they get Giannis, oh good lord, that good lord, they're gonna add a supercharger to that engine. It's gonna be evil.
Yeah, they're really gonna give Boston one for their money.
Which we'll get into are going to be Giannis and Durant.
Yeah, most definitely. But nonetheless,
hold on, Jacob. Getting back on point. Like I said, Detroit had a heck of a year, had a heck of a season. They just came up against a New York Knicks team that wanted it more. And this was a knock 'em down, drag 'em out series, just as anyone would expect this to happen.
A Knicks team that are road warriors.
Yeah, it was a street fight to say the least, and unfortunately, New York brought the kitchen sink.
Yeah, so Detroit, come back better next year.
But please do. We want to see this Detroit team. This is the Detroit team we want. So come on back and get some more to smoke.
Yeah. But until then, step outside.
Hey, Detroit. You Uber outside? Jalen Brunson done closed the Wingstop. You know, it's ironic for a team named after a car part that they ran out of gas. All jokes aside, though, that was a hell of a season.
It was.
Most definitely.
They're going to
Most definitely.
It's a question what they do. Do they take their time and build, or would be like, I think they should take the time. I don't think they should trade for a star. Take the time.
No.
See what comes
No,
open in a year or two if I'm Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
This
the
is
thing.
definitely-
Here's something truthful. You have to think this superstar roster of the Celtics is only going to last another year or two.
Mm-hmm.
They have a short window.
Now
Meanwhile,
then.
Detroit, they can prosper off of this.
Yeah. Now then, to the game sevens, and first and foremost, we should probably get used to what we're seeing almost every year without fail. Clippers are clippering all over the place.
Yeah, it's literally embedded in one of their players' contracts.
Hold on here,
Like-
kid. As I say it, I think it's on his phone and it's choppy. But
So I am on my
Yeah.
phone. I do apologize. I'm on my phone. I'm not on my laptop. The Clippers are the Chargers of the NBA.
yeah, couldn't put any better.
Now, Seth,
Yeah, I was about to say, James Harden is back on this tour. I've been choking. That's what I've been doing.
you know the
That's what
crazy
I'm doing.
thing
Playoff
is,
time.
you know the crazy thing is, a TikToker, you might have heard of him. He's a big Detroit fan. Actually said this, and it actually holds water. James Harden, congratulations, you made history. This is now the 4th team you have now choked in the NBA playoffs.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. Ish. Just one of those years. So, Clippers, you know the routine.
Yeah. So,
you know the
so
drill.
Clippers, if you actually do want to get away from being the Chargers of the NBA, do us all a favor in the offseason. Get rid of the beard.
Mm.
Hey, LA. You Uber outside? Ah, yes, the annual Clippering, one of basketball's greatest traditions. Just another notch on the old James Harden belt, eh, boys? All them Clippers fans got their flight and tickets paid for, and I still hope it was refundable.
They got the fight tickets and they hope it was. That's good.
Lord.
That's a good one. I like that one. And now we get to the
Hold on.
finale
I
of the-
think he could want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
And I quickly say this. They can't get rid of Harden because of the contract and draft situation. The Clippers are fucked for the next couple of years.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
fair
a
enough.
solid
They will forever be the Chargers of the NBA.
All right, Now then, boy, our last team. Say it with me, Houston. They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow. Welcome to Groundhog Day 2. And what is it with the number 4?
I'll say it bluntly: death, taxes, Golden State on Houston.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what? Hold on, I got a question. Where's it number 4? I mean, every time we've seen it with Buffalo. They play against Kansas City 4 times, they lose 4 times. Here we are in the NBA. Houston play against Golden State 4 times and they lose.
What the hell was that?
It's basically the NBA's version of KC versus Buffalo. It's still similar, yet it doesn't feel like it. It's weird.
Hey,
It's
It's weird.
Golden State beat Houston.
Jeez. I mean, just a regular routine at this point. And by the way, Jimmy Butler is demonstrating how valuable asset he is.
Hey,
with the
Miami,
Warriors.
you have buyer's remorse.
Yeah, buyer's
I'm pretty
remorse,
sure.
and you can't. And there's no refund available. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, no backseats. So Houston, well, you should probably get used to this by now. So just
Bye-bye.
step outside.
Hey, Houston. Uber outside. Lost to the Warriors again, just like old times. These boys really got low-broed half the series. I mean, be real, y'all. Did we actually think Dylan Brooks was going to win a playoff series?
Nice
If he would have stayed in Memphis and kept his mouth shut, yes.
I mean, let's be honest. That's like the Oilers Kings feud in the NHL.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. I just want to point this out. I just want to close your eyes for a second and imagine how it is down there in Cancun.
There's no way I'm here. Hi there, welcome to Cancun Cabana. I know. Oh, okay. Maybe you'll be interested in one of our anger management classes with Ron Artest. Again, I know. Believe me, I've Been in those classes for a couple years now. So you're checking in? What do you think? Definitely gonna sign you up for more classes with Ron. Whatever. Okay, you're all signed. Hello? Yeah, he does, yeah. Okay, yeah, one sec. The Contenders Club said that you're supposed to return the robe when you get kicked out. But and if they don't get it back by noon, they'll see to it that Nico Harrison is appointed your GM. Oh God, just take it! Okay, we got it. Yeah, I'll have a car send it over now. Hey, I'm checking in. Hi there, what's the name? I'd be either under Detroit or Pistons. Oh, hi there, Detroit. Welcome to Cancun Cabana. Here's your key. Happy to be here. What? Yeah, I mean, making the playoffs was just the first step. I mean, now our young players have some playoff experience that we can now build upon. What a rational and logical way to view the season. Now, do you by any chance know where I could find Giannis? We've got some ideas that we'd like to run by him. Yeah, he's been camped out at the Souvlaki bar ever since arriving. I think he's eating his feelings away because of the failure that was this season.
It's not a failure. Just because everything fell apart and my prime is being wasted doesn't mean it's a failure.
You sure you want to talk to him right now? He's really vulnerable right now. Hell yes, I do. Hey, save me some souvlaki, Giannis. And just out of curiosity, what are your thoughts about Kate Cunningham?
Oh, boy. I mean, come on.
Detroit, the two teams who will be in the Yannis sweepstake are Detroit and Houston. Whoever gets
tells me Detroit is looking
whoever gets
a little bit more appetizing.
Whoever
As
gets,
we welcome
I
in the
think
Savage
Houston's
Man, Mr.
really
Jamal Betty.
appetizing for Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
The West is weak. The West is weaker than the East, Jacob.
True. That is a good counterpoint there, Hit.
I think
That's
if Houston get Giannis, they can win the West.
Speaking of the West, a couple more teams
Hello,
from the
Mr.
West have
Bedlam?
come. Yeah, I was about to say a couple more teams from the West have come into Cancun.
Hi, I'm trying to activate Zion Williamson's gym membership. Sure, I'll wait. Okay, I feel like I'm going to be waiting for a while, so I'm just going to put that on hold. Sorry about that. Yeah, checking in under Houston Rockets. Yeah, how'd you know? You were playing the Warriors in the playoffs. It was a given that you were going to be here. But
I'm just impressed it took so long.
Oh, and we were wondering if...
Yes, we do have a wing stop for Jalen Green.
How'd you...
He's been there since Game 4 of the series.
That's where he's been? Jalen, what the hell? And they should be here in 3, 2, 1...
Los Angeles Clippers checking in.
Right on schedule. Right on schedule. Dude, you went to a Game 7 and have James Harden on your team, who's contractually obligated to have a bad Game 7.
Please tell me you have a psychologist here.
We do, but at this point, it isn't just in his head, it's who he is. Not for him, for us, and our fans. Totally understand. Here's your key. We'll always have the 2019 preseason hype. Hi, you still there? Great. Still waiting. I'll let the sirens wait. And Mamba right on cue. Say I'm gonna go, can't take it anymore.
Oh, it's been recording. That's fucking embarrassing.
I love the outtakes. If you haven't had a chance, go check out Connor's stuff at the Mega Casuals. Not only on here on his YouTube channel, but check it out on his Instagram and his TikTok. He does great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let Josh go. I think he wants to say something over these Game 7s.
Yeah, we got to hear from the Savage Man.
Well. Here we are again. James Harden choking away another Game 7. Almost like he has a good reputation for doing that. Hey, buddy, how does it feel to waste Kawhi Leonard's effort again? Congratulations. You played yourself. This is why you're number 3 on the list, buddy.
Oh my
You
God.
cannot get the job done when people ask you to get the job done. Good Lord, Harden. Can you do everyone a favor and just tee up? Tee up on the Game 7. Please.
I knew this.
The
was gonna
Nuggets shit the bed multiple times, and you still gave them a chance to get the win. And guess what? They finally did. Wow, it's almost like you guys suck. Anywho, I'm just going to leave the Clippers alone because, you're still LA Lakers' little brother, so relax. You're not doing anything.
the Lakers, Jamal, what's your take?
What, on the Lakers?
Yeah.
You had
There we
Luka.
go.
You had Luka and LeBron on the same team, and yet you still couldn't tee up on defense, and you let the Timberwolves beat you.
Gents,
Man, if y'all don't get out of here, get out of here.
gents, all I have to say is this. Red Wolves, White Wolves,
Oh, boy.
Werewolves, Timberwolves in 5.
I'm gonna do something that I don't usually do. I'm gonna give the New York Knicks credit. Not only did they tee up when needed to, instead of shitting the bed, they teed up in game 1. Thank God, because Boston decided it was a good idea to lay the foot off the gas,
Well, we're gonna get
which is
into those.
Boston's biggest problem.
We're gonna get into that in a second, believe it or not.
But they teed up with Detroit when they should have. So good on them.
We got rid of them when we needed to get rid of them in Game 6. If that would have gone 7, I think we would have lost.
Yeah.
If y'all had went to Game 7 and lost a 3-1 lead, you would have never heard the end of it from me. I'd have never let you hear the end of it.
I'm happy I'm safe from that. I'll say this
Also,
though.
by the way, you'd have never heard the end of it from the entire group chat, not just
Oh,
me.
I know. Can I say this? I'm happy. I hope we don't have to play that Detroit team next season.
If they have if they get Giannis, good luck.
It's a wrap.
Oh, we have an entry.
It's a wrap.
Oh boy.
Well, there's already executive producer.
Oh,
No, it ain't all right. You wish it was Gnarly Anderson, though.
Look, it's the plague New Jersey Devils fan.
Don't.
Hey, look, it's a team that's used to getting drenched by a hurricane. Where's the condom at?
Okay.
God damn it.
Okay. Let's stick to the menu.
Yeah,
We ain't got
yeah,
any
it
sandbags, okay, Bedlam?
Okay, easy, gentlemen. Now,
Stanley.
first and foremost, the second round started. You okay over there, Jose?
I think he is. Go ahead, Carter.
The second round started Sunday between the Pacers and the Cavaliers.
And the Pacers decided to put on their big boy pants on Sunday night and went to town and put up their dukes against Cleveland on Sunday.
I'm gonna say
I have some bad news for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say something shocking.
If the Pacers tee up, the Cavaliers might be the ones that are frauds.
I'm gonna say something shocking right now. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah. All right.
Pacers take game 2. They win this in 6.
Wow.
Oh,
you know that is very possible.
The Cavs are beat up. The Cavs are beat up. They're injured. They're beat up and they're looking worried. The Pacers win this second game on the road. This series is over in 6.
That's a good. That is a good point.
Yeah, especially
Indiana,
Tyler,
like we said on Sunday. Indiana
hold on, Jacob. I was about to say, especially Tyler. I can't pronounce his last name.
Halliburton?
Tyler Halliburton, yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton plays epic, which he did on game 1. Legit, I think if the Pacers win tonight, I think this series is over in 6. I don't see the Pacers losing 3 home games on the bounce.
Yeah, I was about to say, first and foremost, if the Pacers win this series, we're not going to hear the end of it from Cody, so brace yourself.
You know what? Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
You'd have it right.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. And guess what? I will make sure y'all suffer through that because I'll make sure I'll tag you on each of it.
Yep. That's fair. That's fair.
Wait, Josh, do you have an NBA team?
Nope. So I can watch y'all suffer without any kind of recollection.
Then last night we had the continuation of the semifinals. Starting off with New York and Boston, game 1.
Yeah.
I wish Levi was here because he needs to hear the shellacking I have for Boston.
I wish Levi was here for Josh.
He's having dinner. He'll be here soon.
I'm gonna just say my piece on this game because I read it up today because I didn't watch it last night. I had to go to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal: Boston were up by 20, and then they went stupid because they did their motto: live by the 3, die by the 3. And I think this could. Let me put it like this: I still have Boston winning the series in 6 games. Okay, I'm not changing that from my logic. My fanboy wants Knicks in 7. My head says Boston in 6. Do I think Boston respond in game 2? Yes. But as a Knicks fan right now, I am making this abundantly clear. Go for them tomorrow night.
Yeah. Let me just
Go for the throat.
Hold on, gentlemen.
Can't let me finish.
Go ahead.
You take a 2-0 lead. Knicks have been a better road team. You take a 2-0 lead. All the pressure is on Boston. All of it. And the banged up. The Knicks need to go for it tomorrow night. You take a 2-0 lead, take the home court fully from them. Then I think if the Knicks win tomorrow night, the Knicks could actually win the series.
Yeah. Well,
You think it's a possibility that the Knicks could sweep Boston?
Hold on, Jose.
No, not a chance.
Hold on. Let me just
Not a chance. That's delusional.
Yeah, let me just point this out. Because what happened with Boston last night was easy and simple. And I'm channeling my inner WWE fandom, going, the power of Dark Rivers compels you. Because good God
That's
Almighty.
the Exorcist.
but I put it. Listen, I give the Knicks great credit for the comeback. I thought. Here's the thing: Brunson had a great game. OG Anunoby had a great game. Karl Anthony Towns had a great game defensively. He was bang average on offense. He steps it up offensively. The Knicks are in this series. It's why I think the Knicks need to smell blood and go for tomorrow night.
Now,
he likes sharks.
Hold on. Well, now then. In the second game, good God Almighty, what a battle between the Nuggets and the Thunder.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to put this bluntly on the Thunder. This was a joke.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt.
You have 2 free throws, and that player missed those 2 free throws to seal the game. This was a joke. And then
what's with these?
And the foul.
Like
why do you foul? Why do you make the foul with 10 seconds left when Jokic is not on the court?
What is with these number 1? What is with these number 1 and number 2 seeded teams embarrassing themselves? Seriously.
This is a joke by the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think the Thunder will still win the series, but I think it's going 7 now.
You know something? Hold on, Jacob. I just want to bring this up because Jamal has a point. These teams, in the first round they had a sweep. They had a sweep. I think it's that rust. Because they had such a long layoff.
I'll tell you what I think it is. It's not just Russ, which I think they'll knock off in game 2. But can I tell you what I think it is?
What?
And this is something I think the Knicks need to do against Boston. Physicality. Boston don't want a downright brawl, which the Knicks, to be fair to us, we got the perfect preparation in fighting the Pistons.
True.
The Knicks need to take the same mindset they went into the series against Detroit with. Make it a knockdown, drag-out brawl.
Turn it into a street fight.
Yeah.
Basically.
But might as well go ahead. I said, might as well go ahead and get a shovel and dig up the late great Olivia Newton-John and have her sing "Let's Get Physical."
No,
Physical.
Hey. Anyways, so here's what's on tap tonight, and both these games will be on TNT. This is their TNT doubleheader. Starting off at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Let me see if I can get this correct because I always get this wrong. At the Q, also known as the Rocket Arena. It is game two of their series between the Pacers and the Cavs.
Must win for the Cavs. Must win. I'd mention why. They are beat up. They are feeling injuries. Donovan Mitchell can't do it all by himself. He needs a supporting cast to help him. If I don't see the Pacers losing 2 out of 3 at home. I really don't. I think this is a must-win for the Cavaliers. Otherwise, I think the series ends in 6.
Yeah. Now then, over at the Target Center, and let's hope they have enough buzz in that scoreboard because this is going to be a doozy. We got the Warriors and the Timberwolves.
And
game 1 to kick off their series.
I'm going to shock y'all. I have the Timberwolves in 5.
Wow.
Ooh, T-Wolves in 5.
I'm not
Gentlemen sweep.
surprised by that. I'm really not.
Gentlemen sweep. I think they're too physical for the Warriors. Warriors struggle with physicality. They've had the best guarder, Alexander, who was locked down Steph Curry during the regular season. No playoff Steph's different. But pretty much, can I tell you why I have the Wolves in 5?
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, legend killer tour.
Yeah. If you saw, for everybody who hasn't seen it, on Twitter, Randy Orton actually posted a tweet, a pic. It's a very awesome artist rendering of him handing over the legend killer chain to Anthony Edwards.
I think it continues in this series.
You know what? As bold as Minnesota in 6 sounded,
I said
think my
5.
problem. No, I'm talking about when I said Minnesota in 6.
Oh, go on.
My problem with the Warriors is they will have a game where their big 3 gets outscored by fucking Dylan Brooks. Like, what are we doing here?
Can I say this? The difference maker for the Warriors will be Jimmy Butler again. Playoff winner. They need him in overdrive in this series against Minnesota because I'm telling you, Ant-Man's on this legend killer tour. He's looking to kill another legend here.
If he does that, it's gonna add some cement to that.
He could be the next face of the league.
You know?
Insane.
You know what I'm saying?
He could be the next face of the league. How do you cement it? Take out the old guard. You just dumped LeBron. Now you dump Curry.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, folks, it's gonna be a very intriguing series. These next few games in the month of May.
I'm just smiling that the possibility of getting the worst fate possible, known as a Boston sweep, is over.
I just want to point this out because we got to move on. I just want to point this out that this really is gonna be a very busy month of May. I got a bad feeling. Brace ourselves for it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Here's your on the floor.
Gentlemen,
All right, time to dial this shit up.
I don't know where the floor's going here. I think it's all on Josh here.
Yeah, give him on the floor.
Give it to him.
Well, let's talk about the first important thing. The Tucker is now gone. And to that I say, thank you, God. Finally, he's now off the team because of football reasons. Sure, football reasons. Has nothing totally to do with the 16-plus allegations that he has lingering over his head. Maybe he's innocent. Maybe he's not. We don't know. But I'm glad he's not on the team anymore. Thank God we drafted Tyler Loop. Lovely. But, you know, the Mike Green stuff is a whole nother issue. But I'll leave that alone for now.
Do the Browns need a kicker?
No, this is the Ravens.
If they get Justin Tucker, there is no coming back to that franchise.
No,
There is
definitely.
no coming back.
If Cleveland gets Justin Tucker, there is no saving this franchise.
Yeah, the Browns is the Browns.
Josh got it. That's why I said it.
They're cooked. Number 2 of the main reason why I'm glad I'm here. Let's talk about Shedeur Sanders.
There we go.
I'm about to say some stuff on here that's going to ruffle a few feathers. And to that I say I don't really care. I think there's a lot of things that were at play during his whole fall that makes things very interesting. One, I don't believe his dad helped him out that much.
Agreed.
No.
Dion conformed when he was heading into the NFL, and he built himself up.
Pause.
A wild weevil has appeared.
He's
Go
here.
ahead, Josh. I'll leave this one to you.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here, Weavile, because I need you to explain to me how the fuck did y'all lose in the Knicks? Right now.
A very good question, my good man. I am still trying to figure this out myself. Actually, I do know how. We took too long. We took way too long in deciding to finish off our prey, and then the prey bit back and ate us whole.
Hey, we're on to football, but I'm just going to leave because I'm going to be leaving. Hey, Weaver, I'm just going to leave you with this. You're in a fight now, and here's the thing. You lose game 2, I think you lot will be our prey. With that, I'm off. Have a good night.
All right.
And I hit kid.
Number 2. Keep that camera on me because I still have Mr. Sanders to address.
Yep, sorry about that.
Yes, you do.
Dion did not help his son out because he needs to realize that he may have gotten what he got through his efforts as a player.
Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't help that Dion has the reputation that he kind of has, but that's besides the point. We'll get to that back in a second.
Yeah.
2, and I know people are going to roll their eyes, but is it me or is it kind of weird that the NFL is a bit nasty when it came to this? He did so bad on the interviews, yet Jackson Dart went ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Dart, to my knowledge, wasn't really that much better on interviews. Some of these players also didn't do practice either.
No.
That did not help.
It's a little nasty to be targeting Shedeur Sanders for all of this shit that other players didn't do.
Yeah, that's sketchy right there.
Mm-hmm. That's a little fishy.
Maybe this is just me being a little FD signifier of me, but it does reek of colonizer activity. But I'll leave that alone.
Hold on, Jamal. I have a question for you. Do you think that they was trying to blackball Shedeur here?
No. I do think they were trying to humble him because they feel his credibility isn't earned. Sure. But again, look at Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Look at Arthur Manning next season.
Mm-hmm.
We can't be like nepotism is bad. When a black man does it, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah. I did dance around.
I ain't going to put on that grenade.
Yes, I did dance around it last week, but Jamal does have a point.
Yes, it just stinks. It's like it stinks to rottenness, and it needs to take 3 showers right about now.
Again, I could be wrong, but
you never know. You never know.
That's
and before we continue, speaking of Eli Manning, and believe it or not, this is actually coming earlier today. Believe it or not, I'm going to continue on the NFL news. Believe it or not, Eli Manning and former Giant great and Super Bowl champion Michael Strahan is actually been reported that they want to own a minority share of the New York Giants. Believe it or not.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, they want to follow the Tom Brady route. They want to get a slice of the Giants Giants ownership.
Do you think the Mavericks would be interested in selling them probably a share?
Yes. You owe Eli for 2 of those rings you got.
Maybe so because he's got a point because both Eli and Strahan were responsible for helping bring those 2 championships.
That's true. Well, speaking of
Eli was. I don't know about Strahan.
Yeah, well, may also bring this up. I think Michael Strahan was on. Was he ever on those Super Bowl teams? Both of them?
42,
yes,
I think.
I believe so.
Yeah. Let me just go ahead and bring this up. Number 1, John Gruden is going to be joining Arena Football League ownership group in Nashville.
Yeah, he's going to be for the Nashville Caps.
Well, that team is fucked.
Yeah, so he's gonna be part owner. He's gonna be advisor. Oh, great! Just what Jeff Fisher needs, more help.
That's if they need it.
And also, Washington D.C. is going to be hosting the 2027 NFL Draft,
which comes as no surprise concerning the fact that, believe it or not, the district Washington D.C. and the former site of the Commanders, RFK, just got the green light to begin renovations and restorations to that site, which is totaling, I do believe, just over $3 billion. Correct?
Worth it. It's going to be worth it. It is going to be worth it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna start construction on the. They're gonna start construct. I was about to say go start construction in 2026, and it's gonna be finished probably by 2030.
Next year, RFK Stadium will be going under construction, which means Landover, Maryland, which means the state of Maryland. Congratulations, you're finally going to be able to be just known as Ravens country once and for all.
Hold on, Jacob. RFK Stadium is not getting renovated. RFK Stadium is getting destroyed.
They're putting a new stadium on top of
a new stadium's going to be on the former site. It's going to, well, everybody's still going to know it as RFK Stadium, because of nostalgia reasons.
That's true, but I don't think we call it our RFK Stadium. Not especially, well, no, I'm not even gonna go political.
Yes, we are.
Oh God.
Less we say about him, the better.
Fuck Dan Schneider. Say it with your chest. Fuck Dan Schneider.
I wasn't referring to Dan Schneider. I was not referring to Dan Schneider. I was referring to RFK's son.
Fuck him too.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wormhead.
Fuck him too.
Oh yeah.
Pretty simple.
Wormhead.
All right, moving on.
No, thanks. I have standards.
Okay, that's enough, you all.
Let's continue on with the news.
Hold on, Jacob. You almost forgot. Shadur Sanders is going to be wearing number 12 for the Browns.
Yeah, he's going to be wearing number 12, and believe it or not, his number 2 is still going to be on the team, but it's going to be with DeAndre Carter. Believe it or not.
Intriguing.
Yeah. And
hold
believe it or
on.
not. Oh, we're not done. Hold it. Believe it or not, I'm sending this to Silicon Valley. This is from yesterday. Believe it or not. Brock Purdy, aka the Mr. Irrelevant, who almost won a Super Bowl, aka one of the most successful Mr. Irrelevants, is actually in talks with General Manager John Lynch on extending his contract. And he said, and John Lynch actually said, and I quote, "We're having really good, positive discussions." So we could be seeing Brock Purdy could be staying in Silicon Valley, or if things go sour, we could be seeing Big Cock Brock hitting the free agency market after this year's season.
Intriguing.
We'll see.
Intriguing.
You have standards, but your GM Robert Kraft does not.
I think he's still waiting at the. I was about to say, I think he's still waiting at the spar, waiting for a happy ending.
Along with Justin Tucker and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but that's a long line waiting for them. Let's go ahead and move on because, well, we know why Jacob and Gurrick are here. So with that in mind,
gentlemen, if you missed out on what happened earlier today, I feel sorry for you because me and Gurrick watched an instant classic in Milan, Italy, in the first semifinals of the Champions League second leg between Inter Milan and FC Barcelona. It was beautiful.
Absolute cinema. This was. I could not even begin to explain how
it was something to
incredible it was. 3-3 in both legs. 6-6 on aggregate. Had to go an extra half hour. So much drama. So much good stuff. So much good stuff to watch. 7-6 on aggregate was the final. It was San Siro was unbelievable.
It was standing room only at San Siro. I could not see a bare seat in that stadium anywhere. In that stadium anywhere. Okay, and believe it or not, that game with that aggregate actually ties the record for most goals scored with the two-leg aggregate in Champions League history. Believe it or not.
Wow.
And it went, and like we said, it went down to we had to go to extra time there, and Inter Milan got the game-winning goal in the 99th minute in the 99th minute of extra time by David Fratesi with a beautiful shot to the bottom left corner to seal it for Inter Milan and sending them to Munich for the Champions League final.
Oh yeah, well earned too.
Yes, indeed. It is their first Champions League final in a good bit, and they will face the winner of the second semifinal coming up soon between Arsenal and PSG coming up. PSG, the winner of that will face Inter Milan at the finals in Munich at the end of May 31st. Safe to say it is going to be whoever wins that is going to have a hell of a fight in Munich.
They're pretty much I don't think either Arsenal or PSG are winning that one with how hard they had to fight.
No, because
that's my opinion, though.
Yeah, and I just saw the times. It will be tomorrow afternoon at 3:00. In Paris. At Paris at PSG Stadium. So safe to say. And if I saw what I saw. Thank you. And I saw on aggregate, Paris does have the lead, but with one goal, 1-0 aggregate. So safe to say it is going to be a tight matchup. If it's going to be if it's going to be like what we saw earlier today, safe to say whoever takes it is going to have to earn it.
I don't think it's going to be anything like that, especially since Arsenal.
Yeah. Fair enough, considering the fact that Arsenal decided to be Arsenal and plug up the cannons in the Prem.
Like, why would you not rotate your squad when you have a big game against PSG coming up? Why?
So if you can only be a fly in that wall for during the coaches' meetings,
or a cockroach on the floor.
You know, if only you could. But that's that. Go ahead.
Jose just said something.
But
he said, or a cockroach on the floor.
Yeah. Nothing but Kenneth were killed. Just go through the upcoming schedules for the Premier League and other soccer leagues. First and foremost,
we're just about finished up with the Premier League. Actually, we're getting closer to wrapping up the season.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking. Here we go. Here we go.
I got it pulled up.
Yeah, over on Saturday we will see Fulham versus Everton. We'll see Ipswich Town versus Brentford. We will see Southampton versus Man City. And Wolverhampton go play against Brighton. And AFC will play against Aston Villa on Saturday.
Yep, and that's that is going to be a big bet with European football on the line.
Yeah, UEFA Europe implications between the Cherries and Aston Villa.
Absolutely. Now then, on Sunday, we got Newcastle United.
Starting on Sunday.
We got Newcastle United versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
That is directly.
What a way to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, you're going to catch this game.
That is Champions League implications between these two.
Hold on, Jimmy. You want to catch this game? For some of us, you got to wake up at the crack of dawn. For others, it's 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock.
Well, I always wake up at the crack of dawn anyway because I work early. So
that's true.
That won't be too hard.
I was about to say those shares will stock themselves. We got Man U versus West Ham United.
Understandable. Fair enough. Yeah, that's at Old Trafford. Then also Nottingham Forest is going to go head-to-head with Leicester. Nottingham Forest still trying to stay in the fight for Champions League implications. They are just 2 points behind Chelsea in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be watching that Newcastle matchup as well on the screens.
Yeah. Also, we got Tottenham Hotspur go play against Crystal Palace. And
the Spurs at Tottenham Stadium.
Yep. Also, we got Liverpool versus Arsenal. Now, hold on for a second, Jacob. Now, Barcelona, boy, you're gonna have a quick turnaround because Sunday you're gonna have to play against Real Madrid.
And this is for the and remember, even though they lost out the chance of getting the treble,
that could lock up the
this is big for them because
La Liga title.
Yeah, I think some.
Yeah,
hold on. Wait a minute,
for La Liga, so they got a chance to win the
double. Stop, because I think Jacob is lagging. Is Jacob lagging or is it just me?
God dang it.
Yeah, but it probably might be just me. But
yeah, I was trying to say this El Clasico on Sunday afternoon in Barcelona is big because if Barcelona takes the win, they will not only lock down La Liga, they will actually capture the doubles because they already captured the Copa del Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
believe it or not. So they got a chance to get the double. They lost their chance at the treble, losing earlier today in the semifinals of the Champions League. So they have a chance now to win, to get the double by taking the Copa La Liga, and taking out their bitter rivals in Real Madrid in El Clasico.
Mm-hmm. Now that unless anyone else has anything else to say, I think we're done with this topic.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
then.
Ronaldo.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Dude still cannot crack. He's been at Al Nassr for 4 years now, and he has not cracked a major competition there. And
Wow.
he got knocked out of his tournament the same day that Leo Messi got knocked out of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And Messi and Inter Miami got clobbered, to be fair. But thing is, he's still putting asses in seats, and Messi just broke the league record for most points of the season. Most points of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Ronaldo doesn't even have that, so
nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that his transfer to Al Nassr is already turning into a bust, and I know I'm gonna get flack for saying it, but
yeah, I guess going to the desert for all that money was not worth the time of the day, huh, buddy?
He probably he probably getting his money's worth, that's for sure. But
but the team isn't.
That is true. We're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Ladies and gentlemen,
stop delaying it for me.
Okay, as Jose is having this fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second month of Major League Baseball. This is as we continue our March to October. Welcome to the month of May.
Hey, well, first and foremost, we got to start the month of May in General Hospital.
Yeah, we do have some boys heading to the checking in. So let's run down the clipboard.
Well, first and foremost, Dodgers outfielder
I got it. It's
Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez.
He's going to be on a 10-day. He's going to be on the 10-day injury list with a left hamstring injury.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a great one. Groin sprain. Yes. Yeah. Meanwhile,
are you okay, Jacob? You have a cramp or something?
I think Jacob kind of feels his pain. Tyler Callahan is going to be out for
it's a groin strain. You're feeling it.
Yeah. Tyler Callahan is going to be out for 2 months with a forearm surgery.
Oh, I think I kind of understand.
It's a fractured left arm, multiple bones broken in his left forearm. Like you said, out for 2 months after slamming into the outfield wall, and this is latest news, believe it or not, after slamming into the outfield wall in a game against the Braves.
I saw that. And here's the ironic part: this is his fourth game. His fourth game in the majors.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So bad start for the young boy.
Now, meanwhile, speaking of a bad start, Devin Williams is having a hard time out there on that mound for the Yankees. So here's what happened.
That dude.
Hold on, Jacob. I was gonna say the right-hander entered into the eighth
Hold on,
inning.
Let me reconnect.
Yeah, the right-hander entered to the eighth inning when the Yankees were playing against the San Diego Padres last night, and he entered to the game with the Yankees leading 3-0, and he exited with 2 outs, both on strikeouts, and the bases were loaded after yielding a hit and 2 walks, leaving Luke Weaver, who recently replaced him as the club closer, to clean the mess. But Weaver surrendered a pair of 2-run hits to squander the lead, which made the Yankees lose the game 4-3, and they fell to 19-16. And Williams' ERA went up to 10.03. Just not good. Just not good.
Are we talking about bad starts for teams in baseball?
Go get Jamal.
I can tell you who's been pissing me off lately: the Orioles.
Oh yeah.
What are y'all doing?
Yeah, here it is.
Seriously, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
How do y'all have one of the worst records in baseball? With the sorry ass pitching, the weak defensive performances, you let teams that pop off and get multiple runs on you. What are we doing here? We're out here bragging about a 5-4 win against the Yankees while they're out here beating the crap out of us the next game, 15-2. What are we doing here? Weren't we supposed to be the team that could potentially beat the Yankees? Weren't we supposed to be a team that could actually win the division? Well, not we, because I'm not out there pitching. But weren't this team supposed to be number 2?
Team of the future.
They are playing like shit. I'll give them that. They're definitely playing like a number 2. Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, seriously.
Fucking Boston is second in the division. The Red Sox.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's pitiful, honestly.
Hey, hold on a minute. We shouldn't be talking either because we just saw the Tampa Bay beating the Yankees 7-5.
Guess what the Yankees still are, even with that loss. On top of the division.
Yeah, so not much room to talk there, buddy. Continuing, finishing up on General Hospital. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna be upsetting Cody any way, shape, or form. But honestly, I don't care. Chicago Cubs had to put their starting pitcher Shota Imanaga on the IL with a hamstring tweak. Yeah, after their loss to the Brewers after leaving early.
Just want to point this out that it's just gonna be you just hate when people get injured.
It's the process of 162, man. It's the process of 162.
It's the nature of the beast.
Yes, it is.
That's all there is to it.
Yes, it is.
Hold on for a second. There we go. But like I said, that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and head on out to the game tonight.
We already got a game already underway as we speak. Top of the second, I do believe, over at Lone Depot Park, or as I call it,
yep.
It's already 1-0. Yeah. Dodgers already struck blood first. 1-0. 1-0. Dodgers.
Now we do have a final.
We had a final.
Yeah, we do have a final over at Nationals Park. The Nationals defeated the Guardians 10-9. I swear this team needs to get back to being the Indians. I swear.
Well, you ain't the only ones, man. But we do
Yeah.
have some games
Also,
that
this hold on, Jacob. This is game one of the doubleheader.
Yes.
That they played today.
Yes, but we do have some games that unfortunately have been delayed and also postponed for today.
Yeah.
Over in Boston, they were supposed to be playing right now, but unfortunately, the Rangers and Red Sox are in a weather delay because of
they're in a rain delay, and meanwhile, the Tigers Rockies game is postponed until Thursday.
because of what's going on in Colorado.
Yes. So well, Mother Nature's gonna have her way, whether you like it or not. Now
coming up
in
tonight,
about 5 minutes. Yep, in about 5 minutes. Over at George Steinbrenner's Field, we have the Phillies and the Rays.
Yep. Also coming up in 5 minutes at the house that Babe Ruth built. The Yankees and the Padres will be doing battle. You can check that game out on the Yes Network.
Well, hold on, Jacob. Technically, Yankee. This isn't the house that Babe Ruth built. Not new Yankee Stadium. Not new Yankee Stadium.
Okay. New Yankee Stadium is the house that Jeter built.
Now, over in Atlanta at Truist Park, let's hope weather cooperates with them over there. We got the Reds and the Braves.
Also, don't forget the second half of that doubleheader is coming up later on tonight at Nationals Park between the Guardians and the Nationals. Jim, I agree with you. They still need to be known as the Indians.
Yeah, I believe that game. Yeah, that game is coming up in about 10 minutes. So that game's coming in about 10 minutes. Also over at Target Field, and Jamal spoke about his Orioles earlier. They're gonna play against the Twins too. Hold on, Jacob. Let me just make this quick. Hold on. Let me just make this quick. We have two disappointing franchises doing battle here tonight. Who's going to survive?
Yeah, enough said there.
The Twins.
Also tonight
none of them.
None of them. The Twins. Because the Orioles love to choke on themselves repeatedly, and the only black people that are in Minnesota is Prince, and he's not even alive anymore.
I bet you sometimes Jamal just want to hop into a little red Corvette.
Going through some purple rain.
Okay.
Anyways, also tonight at 7:40 over at Kauffman Stadium, the Royals will be going up against the Trash Sox.
Yeah, well, the White Sox let's just move on.
Enough said.
Yeah, they don't have the worst record in baseball. Thank God.
Over at Wrigley Field, this is gonna be an interesting battle. We got the Giants and the Cubs.
Most definitely, but we're gonna see how they fare due to the fact that one of their big pitchers, like I said, Imanaga is going to be off in the IL due to a pulled hamstring.
Yeah, that's really something to consider. Absolutely.
Hold on.
Over at. Well, go ahead, Jacob.
You know I got to do it. It's in my contract. Coming up at 7:45 over at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals are going head-to-head with the Pirates. I do believe this is AL. Oh no, actually, it's interleague baseball. Actually,
no, this is National Central.
Okay,
it's a divisional battle.
Thank you. And I think you guys skipped over one. That is an interleague battle.
Yeah, let me just make this up real quick. Paul Skeeds is going to be on the mound tonight.
Yeah.
For the Pirates.
Yeah, and for the Cardinals, it's going to be Matthew Liberator.
Now,
the only thing hot with the Pirates is Paul Skeens' girlfriend, but I'm pretty sure she's too young.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Damn.
But now, we did skip this game. It is an interleague battle. We got the Astros and the Brewers over at American Family Field.
Also known as Miller Park. If you want to go,
Jacob versus Carter.
And this what we have Milwaukee's been playing. I'm just done.
It's the battle of 500. It's basically the battle of 500, basically.
It's the MJ. Hold on. I was about to say it's the MJF series, folks. Sit down and watch a whole lot of mid. Yeah.
Anyways,
so just sit back and enjoy a bunch of mid. Also coming up later on this evening, over at Angel Stadium. I'm gonna make sure I got the schedule right this time. Over at Angel Stadium, we got the Blue Jays and the Angels.
Blue Jays do us a favor and their misery.
Yeah, basically. Also at 9:40 over at Chase Field, also known as the Snake Den, we got the Diamondbacks going head to head with the Mets.
And
that's going to be an interesting battle between the Diamondbacks and the Mets.
Who would have guessed that the Mets are one of the top 3 teams in baseball? That's fucking crazy.
You know what's
it helps when you win the Soto sweepstakes.
Hey, you know what's even crazier? The Mets have a better record than the Yankees.
And all it took was spending $750 million.
No, they spent $1 billion.
Now, over at Sutter Health Park, wow. We got the Mariners and the Athletics. And let me just point this out before we talk about this game, because there's been a whole lot of folks that talk about how the Athletics are doing in Sacramento. The team is good. The attendance is just sad.
It's sad. It's just sad.
I mean, why would you go to the game? Why would you go to these games for a team that's not even staying in the same state long term the next few years?
Yeah, they're only going to be there until Vegas is got their new dome set up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, let's just hope that they should turn down Tropicana by now. So that
they already did. They're already breaking ground as we speak, believe it or not.
Yeah. So, I hope the money is worth it, John Fisher. Burning hair, you greedy bastard.
Indeed.
I just want to point that out. But what a wild day we had! What a wild night that's in store out there on the diamond, weather permitting. This is going to be a doozy. All right, gentlemen. Let me just clean this up a little bit because it's playoff time. So let's go ahead and hit the ice.
Hold it, Carter. As much as we love to help you out, we're going to need you on standby because for this one's going to belong to me and our buddy Jose.
Yes, it is. Because the both babies. So this was just a random This was actually this Sunday, like 2 days ago.
Let's get that one's going to be last because that one was the last one. We're going to start in order, believe it or not, because as with the NBA, we started with 16. We are now down to, what do you want to say, the Elite Eight or the Hateful Eight?
I'm just gonna say I could say the Elite Eight, but like that's the stretch. Actually, yeah, let's say Elite Eight. Let's say Elite Eight.
Yes. So we've gone through the quarterfinals of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we're gonna break them down. Let's start it off with the game 5s. Okay, starting off,
gentlemen. Before I let you two continue, and I will let you two continue.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point this out first and foremost is that we are here in game 5. Jose.
Just send the fucking Uber ready, right? Just get the liquor ready too.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm not sending you an Uber. I am, however, sending you some extra clothes because it's time for you to do your business.
I'm gonna rip your damn hat off.
Yes. I think Jose. First things first, I'm the realist. Yes. First things first. New Jersey, we have to talk.
Please.
But I think we're going to keep it short and sweet. Carolina decided to remind you simple enough that they own your asses.
They own the whole tri-state area. What else do I need to tell you about this?
Not the entire. Not the entire.
New York would disagree, considering they beat us 4-2. That's the Devils' problem, not New York's problem.
Enough said. Besides the point, but here's the thing: in Game 5, you had yourself a chance to keep it alive, and you got it to double overtime, but then you decided to make the cardinal sin. You took your foot off the throat. And guess what happened?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised the Devils do this every time in the playoffs.
Fair enough. And so New
And
Jersey,
it's like I told you, it's like I said before. Carolina has a habit of choking when they don't need to. It's too bad for them that the Devils learned how to deep throw.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, female Devils are called succubuses, so there's that.
No. For you guys, you deserve something special. You're the Bonnie Blues.
Ooh.
Geez.
But anyways, New Jersey, there is something waiting for you outside, but be warned, it smells like dead fish in there.
It smells like
New
sperm.
Jersey. You Uber outside. Looked unstoppable in the beginning and then fell off the face of the earth. Yep, that's how the season went. They got scored on one time and started buffering. Fitting their name as the Devils, because they just got baptized.
Baptized by sperm is crazy.
Bro.
Continuing on with the game 5. Montreal. What happened? Did you run out of Tim Hortons?
I think all the Tim Hortons closed.
Yeah, I think that's what happened because you faced unfortunately you got shellacked by Alex the Great and his boys from the capital city.
It's a shame that Zach isn't here because he would have fucking enjoyed this.
Oh no! If Zach was here, he'd be in a bad mood considering he would have got flacked by me twice.
Well, yes, but unfortunately, the reason he's not here is because he's dealing with some health issues at the moment.
Gas bubbles.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll be back next week. But
so it looks like I am the enforcer now.
Yeah. But nonetheless, Washington took care of Montreal in 5. So Montreal, unfortunately for you, there is not only some way for you outside, but there's a plane ticket in there.
Hey, Montreal. You Uber outside. Sorry, boys, this here is a grown man's game. You knew these boys were cooked when their whole strategy was get the refs to let them win. Next year, they'll be mad at the Caps, and the Caps won't care.
Ooh, that hurt. And now to the last of the series of 5. So Tampa, you went from being the older brother to the Panthers to now letting the Panthers be the older brother. How does that feel?
I did say that the Panthers were going to have an easy time getting back to the playoffs. Even though it's a bit rocky, they still made it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they decided to.
Let's not talk about that loss to the Maple Leafs.
No, fair. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. But nonetheless, you decided to become the little brother and lay down. Congratulations! You shut off the Tesla coils. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Tampa. You Uber outside. They very well might be the only higher seed to lose in this round. Mad ironic that this whole series, these boys played like they just got struck by lightning. Don't you wish you could just circumvent this whole situation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed. Now, let's get to the game 6s. First and foremost, Ottawa. We need to talk. I'll give you credit where credit is due. You gave Toronto a heavy case of PTSD.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
You had Toronto almost overjoyed when they were leading the series, and then y'all decided to make it into a fight. But then came Game 6, and Toronto decided, we won the East. Why are we doing this? And they decided to beat y'all with a metal bat. Okay.
Yep.
So unfortunately, guys, you can look up at I don't know what the name of the tower is over in Toronto, but I don't see red up there. I see nothing but blues and whites. So there's something waiting for you.
Hey, Ottawa. You Uber outside. Oh, right. You're new to the playoffs. Let me show you how it works. First off, the first period is actually important. You know how bad it is when you prevented the Leafs from choking?
That says a lot.
Yeah. By the way, Jacob, it's the CN Tower.
Thank you for clarification. Next up,
I had to look this up.
Minnesota. kind of an annual tradition. You make it to the playoffs, but yet you can't get out of the first round. But this one's kind of fitting because y'all got here through the power of friendship, duct tape, and prayers.
Yeah, like the Devils.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. So unfortunately, y'all had the only good teams on there were players we don't even know about. And still y'all brought Vegas to 6 games, which is commendable. Now do us all a favor in the offseason. Work on your health.
Please.
Yeah, so there's some way for you outside, and don't worry, it's full of med packs.
Hey, Minnesota. You Uber outside. They done hurt their ACL, their MCL, and now their pride. Gus got the bubble guts, and apparently it transferred to the whole team. Goodness gracious. They sacrificed themselves so the Timberwolves could beat the Lakers.
You know what? I'm gonna say if in Minnesota, it's probably a worthy sacrifice to be made.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
To be fair, Marc-Andre Fleury is now going to be representing Canada in the Ice Hockey World Championships now. So
what a fitting send off for Fleury. For Fleury, congratulations. Now for something completely different.
Yes,
Ray, LA, we need to have a talk. It feels like we've done this before, haven't we? Let's see.
Maybe.
Once, twice, 3 times. This is the 4th time you let Edmonton be your master.
All right, I'm gonna be a dick. Hey Carter, you still got that video I sent you?
Let me guess. Is the coping?
Yep. You might as well put.
I guess we're going.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Ladies and gentlemen, the entire city of Los Angeles is looking down bad horrendous right now. How did all your teams manage to stink the bed? Congratulations, Kings. You joined the Clippers. You joined the Lakers. In all, taking a ride down the L train, going to Elimination Station, but you're not done yet. You're getting added to the Death Note. You're going to ride to the Death Note while you're getting squirted on by the Oilers. It's almost like you can't get a woman wet to save your lives. Where's their Uber? Where's their Uber?
Yeah, please do, because this is the 4th time this has happened. Edmonton owns your asses. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, LA. You Uber outside. New look, still property of the Edmonton Oilers. You know what's even worse? They was up 2-0 in this series. So what's it going to be next year? A sweep by Edmonton?
Oh,
God, that's even worse.
Maybe you shouldn't be wasting challenges either.
But anyway, now we get to the fun.
Gentlemen, what was that coach thinking?
Yeah, almost definitely. I don't think he was thinking at all. Anyway,
now we get to LA looking more down bad than Drake. That's crazy.
Ooh, wow.
Douche.
Okay, we finished all the games. Let's get to the real good. Let's get to the real good, shall we?
To the finales of the first round, the 7th. This was the good stuff. To Colorado. I have to say this. You gave Dallas a knockdown, dragging out series. Y'all were fighting tooth and nail. Then game 7. What happened, man? Did y'all run out of gas in the 12th round or something? Because y'all let Dallas walk up to y'all and slap y'all in the face and y'all fainted. Okay? Okay. What happened? Did they see the avalanche warning and put up enough barriers to stop the snow before even it started falling? Okay. So I suggest Colorado, y'all got potential. So I suggest during this offseason, work on your defense and work on your longevity, because if y'all can get to 7 games in the first round, y'all could have had a chance. So please do us all a favor. Get some work, my man.
Please.
Yeah, so please.
Hey, Colorado. Uber outside. Truly a Hall of Fame fumble before our very eyes tonight. When they were in that mega trade, I did not expect the playoff series win to be in the deal. Hey, man, want to rant about it?
Want to rant about
All
it?
right.
I haven't seen
Now we
an
get to the
I haven't seen an
Oh,
Avalanche
this is
collapse
all
this
safe.
bad since WCW.
Wow. Okay,
Where's-
now we get to
Where,
the good
hold on,
stuff.
time out. Where is Glacier when you need him?
Yes.
Anyways, now we get to the
good
main
stuff.
This is the one me and Jose's been wanting to bite into. Blues and Jets.
Yes.
Okay.
Sunday.
Boy.
Sunday night.
Yes.
In the Candle Life Center. Both teams went in there basically saying either one of us is going down, and both of them said, it ain't gonna be us.
Exactly. It was I can't even put it into words. I don't think Jacob could either, but if I had to, it was a bar fight. Quite literally, a bar fight.
Here's the thing: St. Louis had the advantage heading into the third period of 3-1, but then out of nowhere, Winnipeg scores not only one goal but ties it up at the ass end with seconds to go.
Colin Perfetti is his name. He got
with
those
Perfetti
two
with a
goals.
ricochet shot to tie the game up and sending it to extras.
Hold on. Jim Montgomery blew another 3-1 lead.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Wait, Jim Montgomery's
I'm
the
not.
coach of the Blues?
I'm not.
Yep.
When did he transmogrify? When did he transmogrify into the blowjob goddess Doc Rivers?
And here's the thing: both and here's the thing. After that goal, here's the thing. Even though both goalies gave up 3 goals, they decided to lock down the nets for the first 20 minutes of overtime because both teams were fighting, and both goalies held it down like it was Hodor.
And me and Jacob were watching this. I was trying to stream it ish on Discord.
Yeah, we were watching this live as it happens, and both teams were pulling no favors, and had to go to a second overtime. And believe it or not, 3 minutes left in double overtime, the Jets pull off the miraculous win with a long shot snipe. I can't remember I gotta pull up his name here. I gotta pull it from the stats here.
Oh, I got that for you. I got that for you.
Where is he? I know I saw it. Come here, you little bastard.
I got it.
Here it is. Play.
We did get the 3 stars on that game.
Yeah, we got the 3 stars here. Oh, here we go. Play by. Yep.
Oh.
Here it is.
Yep.
Here it is.
Here it is. The 3-star goes to
Adam Lowry with the game-winning
goal. The captain.
Yeah, the captain with the game-winning
goal. And
goal.
he was first star of the game.
Yeah. Off of a ricochet from behind the faceoff circle, takes and gives the win and the series for Winnipeg at home. And I'll tell you this right now: if you were in the call with me, Jose, and Brandon, you would have heard me peeking my mic like nobody's business. Okay.
Yeah, he peaked so hard. Discord was like, "No, stop it."
Okay. I think you guys about to get ready to lose your minds here. But I want to point out first and foremost, number one, heck of a game, heck of a performance, heck of a series for that matter. 7 games and 2 overtimes each. Second,
St. Louis deserved that.
I was about to say, secondly. Yeah, I was about to say, hold on. Secondly, more playoff overtime, honey. Yes, dear. That's exactly what we saw. And I just want to point this out. We have seen so many overtimes in this playoffs, just like last year. We have seen so many playoff overtimes. I'm pretty sure every Bill Sweating hockey nut has their TV completely covered, glazed over like as if it's a donut.
Yeah, with nothing but soda, either soda or beer. And
I don't think it's neither one of those, Jacob. I don't think it's neither one of those, but we just leave it there.
Nasty.
Yeah, but nonetheless, St. Louis. Me and Jose said this best. We have nothing but the utmost respect for you on that one. Y'all went to the bitter end, but it was Lowry with that last second uppercut that knocked y'all out in the last minutes of the fight.
So that shot by Lowry was a dagger to the heart. But to be honest with you, St. Louis, don't keep your head down. You need this.
No,
is
hell
I
no.
would say
hell no. come back stronger. We want this Blues team like this. If y'all can be this nasty and y'all can make it to the seven games and put it to double overtime in the first round, keep this nastiness, get some more grit with that group, and we will see you deeper in the playoffs. So please,
honestly, I feel like they're the team that could give Vegas and Dallas a run for their money.
Oh, most definitely. If they can reload properly, they can be evil in the midway.
Take the Super Bowl prize, Lewis.
Hold on, gentlemen. Remember, Vegas is in the Pacific.
Yeah, they're in the Central.
No, Vegas is in the Pacific.
Division.
I meant for St. Louis. Yeah. So St. Louis, the Uber is waiting for you, but don't worry, it is not full of crap. We actually made sure to clean it out for you because we actually have respect for you.
Absolutely.
Hey, St. Louis. You Uber outside? If I had a nickel for every time the road team blew a 2-goal lead in a Game 7 this playoffs, I would have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Ironically, that's for the Four Nations Classic.
Hold on, time out. Okay, I'm going to take back over here so that
Go ahead, Carter.
Jose and Jacob can clean themselves up after what they just witnessed. I'm pretty sure one of them is smoking a cigarette even as we speak. Now, okay then. Well, at least we know. At least we know who's top and who's bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Now then, tonight we got some. We got the semifinals already taking place underway. As a matter of fact, Game 1 at the Capital One Center is showing off right now. Getting into the first quarter, first period.
Wait a minute. Now that I see this, since Carolina and Washington are facing off, doesn't this smell like a bitter ass rivalry going on?
Basically, and considering the fact that Evan actually did a check-in on from the first round, Carolina actually said, "Oh, this feels like 2019, huh?" Oh, Washington's like, "Oh, you want to be like 2019? Let's go to 2019."
Well, if the Capitals do what the Devils couldn't, well, we know who the grade A choker is.
Indeed.
I want to point this out. Hold on, Jacob. I just want to point this out. I think the pressure is on Rod Brindamore to lead the Hurricanes to the Stanley Cup final because we have seen this year after year after year after year. The Carolina Hurricanes have a good season, a great season, but when it comes to playoff time, they come up short.
Yes. Here's the thing: if it ain't in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, it's going to be in the conference championship.
Mm-hmm. So I think the pressure is on Coach Rob Brindamore to lead this team at least to the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah,
I just want to point this out. The way how this team is built, they should have won another cup by now.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, but it's like they keep fucking themselves over.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting themselves in the foot, basically.
If you take 2 seasons ago, how Florida just basically beat the shit out of them 4-0.
Yeah, it was a sweep.
Yes, it was a conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sickening feeling that that's going to happen again.
If it gets to that. On the other side of the coin in the Eastern Conference semis, they already did their first Game 1, I do believe, yesterday, as Toronto took Game 1 to Florida at the ACC 5-4.
They struck first blood.
Yes, they did.
5-4. But here's the thing. I do want to say this, right? Florida's showing a little bit of slack. I said a little bit because maybe they're taking Toronto lightly, which is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Second off, I feel like this is where Florida's going to be like, hold out for a drop of blood.
They're gonna shake off the cobwebs and they're gonna come back, knocking.
Yeah, they're gonna bite them. They're gonna bite them. I believe tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah. Now, also later on, I was about to say, hold on, gentlemen. Now, later on this evening, over at the T-Mobile Arena, the second round in the Western Conference gets underway between the Oilers and the Golden Knights.
Yep.
The Fortress.
Yeah, the fortress of gold, the Golden Fortress. Actually, that sounds right. Game 1 we get later on tonight at 9:30 between the Knights and the Oilers.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be most intriguing. Now, the Stars and the Jets, they're playing in the second game. Well, they're playing game one in the second game of ESPN's doubleheader tomorrow. That's gonna start at the Canada Life Center.
Yep, because they were the last ones.
How
to
do
punch
you?
they were the ones last to punch their tickets, so they will be playing on tomorrow night.
So I do want to ask Jacob real quick. Since he is a Jets fan, I think I should make that a bit clear. Are you worried at any point with Dallas?
Yes and no, because here's the thing: Dallas took the same route we did in the quarterfinals. We both went 7 games, so we're both at the same level of what's the word?
Integrity.
Well, something like that. Something like that. With our players. So we're just going to be both on the same amount of status when we get to game 1 tomorrow night at the CLC. So we're gonna have to see what happens because nobody's got a good enough rest. So we're gonna see. So it's basically gonna be a good litmus test tomorrow night at the Peg.
Well,
Absolutely.
Let me just interject for a second because I think if there's a team that probably might have a problem in their hands, it's Winnipeg. Remember, Winnipeg and the Blues went to 2 overtimes.
They did, yeah.
They had the longer game. They had the longer game. So Dallas does have a little bit more time to recuperate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
absolutely. So this will be some very intriguing series I get ready to see here, which we're seeing before our very eyes here shortly. Let me just look at the score real quick.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I was looking over on CBS Sports and as we're talking about the playoffs, you gotta look at what's coming up for the offseason for the rest of the teams. Say like the Islanders, because
they won the draft lottery.
Yeah, because yesterday the draft lottery was being held, and with very little odds, the New York Islanders for the first time in over a decade won the draft lottery, and they will be getting the first overall pick in the upcoming.
Well, that's a good price
draft.
to pay. Well, that was a good price to pay to part ways with Lou Lamoriello.
Yeah, so the Islanders, for the first time since, if I remember correctly, 2009, they will get the first overall pick in this upcoming NHL entry draft.
Yes.
Well, let's also bring this up that the Utah Hockey Club, which more than likely rumors are going around that the team is going to be named the Mammoth, but the Utah Hockey Club is going to pick 4th.
Yeah, that's what I've heard through the grapevine as the procedures happen on that Monday night.
And so, by the way, they're doing a wonderful job renovating the Delta Center, getting it more hockey friendly.
Renovations were already underway after the hockey club got eliminated from playoff contention, and they're already doing a great job of expanding it to make it hockey ready for the upcoming season for the hockey club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They say it's gonna be like a 2-year. They say it's gonna be like a 2-year renovation. They've already started on it and gonna be done with the first part of it by the time we get to October, because that's usually by the time in the regular season NHL and
when the new season drops the puck.
Yeah, and not to mention drops the puck and tips off. But the NBA, remember the Jazz played there too. But
you're right. Yeah, the Utah Jazz. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys keep up with the coaching tracker?
The Rangers have a new head coach, and he used to be the head coach over at Pittsburgh, Mike Sullivan.
He's moving from Pittsburgh to
New York
to the Blues.
MSG.
Yeah, it's MSG. And speaking of the blue shirts, believe it or not, I know y'all saw it, but the blue shirts have released their crest for their upcoming season, which is going to be their centennial anniversary, believe it or not, of being in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to point this out. I know. We discussed this on Discord. I could have sworn last year a certain NFL team decided to, celebrate their 100th year, their 100th anniversary.
Not the good way though.
Yeah, by coming out dressing as the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah,
Um,
kind of a bad call there from the blue, Big
but
Blue. But
you know what?
The
The
Giants.
Rangers.
The
Go
Giants
ahead.
decided to do that. Oh, it wouldn't be the first time that the Giants have disappointed their fans by doing something stupid.
but
And
nonetheless,
nothing tells me it's
let's
not going to be the last either. But just want to point this out. I think that I saw it. Kind of fits the Rangers very, very well.
yes. Well, I'll have to see how they're going to do with their sweaters for the upcoming season. Or if they're going to do any alternates, and if they're going to be going back to the old school ways for the 100th for their first season back in 1925.
Very true. All right. Before I unleash the cat, Derek wants to hit the EuroLeague Final Four real quick.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of things to talk about. We'll do that after the cat. But the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Final Four was finally set today, and it is going to be. Hold on, let me first find it because Panathinaikos managed to beat Anadolu Efes 87-83 in Game 5 today. Oh
Yep.
wait, no, that was Game 4. It was 75-67. Hey Celtics, that's how you keep a 20-point lead.
Damn.
Derek is not going to let that go, folks.
And also on Monaco managed to avoid the reverse sweep and beat Barcelona 85-84.
Narrow win there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There and so the Final Four will be Monaco versus Olympiacos and Fenerbahce Beko versus Panathinaikos Actor. And that will be the weekend that will be on Memorial Day weekend. The matches,
believe it or not, for those who are wondering what that 4 team is, Panathinaikos Actor, they're actually from Athens, Greece.
Yep.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, and like Garak said, the Final Four will take place during Memorial Day weekend. So if you want to check that out, please hit up the search engines and be able to find them, because it's not going to be able to find it easily for us. But we highly suggest hit the search engines and hit them hard.
Mm-hmm. All right then. On that note, it's almost just about that time.
What did we learn on the show tonight?
Fuck.
Okay, who decided to drop the cat?
No. They didn't drop the cat. Who gave the cat some acid?
That's what I'm asking here. Who drugged that cat?
Please, for the love of God, go get some help for that poor kid.
You know what we learned today?
Yeah, what did we learn? Simple enough.
James Harden is the real American choke job.
Yes,
that's something we already know.
Well,
yeah,
hold on.
No, what we learned is.
Oh, we're not done.
Well, hold on. Let me be fair. Let me not associate James Harden with real American, because we know Hogan don't like it black.
Okay.
Yeah,
What we learned is
Lord.
if you're
let me just point this out. What you going to do? What you going to do?
No, stop.
Your real American beer runs wild on your liver.
Yeah. No thanks.
we
We don't
learned
sell
is-
that shit here. We ain't that desperate. Ugh.
What we learned is don't drive for Ferrari. Do not drive for Ferrari. And people in red are the dumbest mofo's in the world.
Also,
Ferraris are probably known to self-combust, so it's not a shocker.
Also, here's something you learn: if you decide to do a driving parade with Lego F1 cars, and you decide to put put F1 drivers in there, be prepared for them to actually race.
Well, let's put it this way, guys. One thing we learned is that James Harden and Mia Khalifa, they're a very, very, very lovely couple.
Oh my God! The one thing I learned is that in terms of overtime, heart attacks will happen, and
make sure you have your medicines in order and your drinks on standby.
Yes, but most importantly, just I blanked out. Yay!
Brain fart. That's understandable.
But let me just also go ahead and bring this up. More playoff. We got more playoff overtime, honey. Yes, dear. Ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you so much.
Wasn't a lot on the sports world, huh?
Yeah.
There was a lot.
Only squeeze in only so much.
If we try squeezing in anymore, that thing's gonna burst.
Yes, this is gonna be a very active month of May, so get used to it.
If you think it's that, and now wait for Memorial Day weekend, there will be a lot more.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah, I can already hear certain engines going.
Yeah,
at
there will be blood. We want to thank you so much for joining us here on our podcast this evening, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Then like this video, share this video. And when you do hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell. Okay, like someone had a little bit too much to drink after that game. So that you will be notified whenever we stream. I want to thank Kid. I want to thank Jamal. I want to thank Garrick. I want to thank everybody for joining us here this evening. Take not too soon, fellas. Like we said, this has been a wild month of May. We only just got started. This is the first Tuesday.
Exactly.
So
got 3 more to go.
Yep. So episode 173. And by the way, we're gonna make sure we send our cat to rehab, and he'll be ready to go before next week. That's all there is to it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Before we turn out the lights here in the barn, just want to run through some scores real quick on the playoff front. We're still scoreless between the Hurricanes and the Capitals in game 1 of that series.
Last time I checked, power play is on Capital side.
And
right
now, midway through the second quarter over on the NBA front, Cavaliers are taking out their vengeance. Right now, they have a 35-17 lead over the Pacers.
It's still early in the game, so
yeah, it's still early. Anything can happen. I mean, no lead is safe. Just ask.
No one's untouchable.
So no lead is safe. And if you don't keep your foot on the effing throat, your lead will not be safe. Give you full
exactly. Most of these teams. That's another thing we learned. Most of these teams don't even learn when to keep their foot on the fucking gas.
Looking at you, Boston.
Yeah, we better go ahead.
No. I'm looking at you, Devils.
Okay. Do I need to get the stripper song for you, Jose?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm getting a baseball bat, and this is going to be playing.
Go ahead, take us home, Jacob.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Anyways, what a way to kick off the month of May. I call it the month of flowers. Some people call it the month of awareness. It doesn't matter, anyways. But nonetheless, what a way to kick off the month of May. Let's start with playoffs galore and craziness about. But that's normal when it comes to the sports world. But trust me when I always say this. Trust me when I say this. We're just gonna keep going and we keep moving on. And I believe we are now at 173. We're getting close to 200, and it's gonna get funnier and funnier. And as we say, trust me, this month is gonna get crazy because like I said, the playoffs are in full swing. We are now hitting the Elite Eights for both the NBA and the NHL, which means we are now closer and closer to finding out who's going to hoist the Larry O'Brien and Lord Stanley. And of course, in the MLB front, we are now entering month 2 of the March to October. And things are starting to settle in. We're starting to settle in. Let's see what's going to happen. What major storylines is going to come out of the diamond? And more importantly, how our teams are going to fare as we're getting closer to the dog days of summer. And of course, the NFL front, we always say the NFL's on its off season, but that doesn't mean the news doesn't keep flowing, because trust me, if what we saw today was funny, well, it's just going to get even funnier. And of course, across the pond, well, the Premier League is just about done, and of course, the Champions League is about to get set for its finals, because tomorrow night, PSG and Arsenal is going to go head-to-head with our second leg. Who's going to face Inter Milan in the finale in Munich, Germany? It'll be a lot of fun to say the least. And trust me, we're going to have a chance to cover all of that next Tuesday. But if you like what you saw from episode 173, then do us all a favor and like the video and share it across all social media platforms. That being, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky. Like I say, we don't touch Instagram and TikTok for 2 reasons. 1, Instagram is too toxic even for us. And 2, TikTok as well, TikTok. And if you like what you saw, then please subscribe to the VWU Sports Podcast channel.
We got X is toxic.
Yeah. And to the channel, because it helps us out a lot. And we'd like to see some new fans come join us here. And if you want to be notified when we go live, like I said, every Tuesday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific on our YouTube channel, then do us all a favor and hit the bell. And you'll be notified when we go live and on the air. But until then, we need to go rest up and get ready for 174 of the VWU Sports Podcast.
There's one other important thing that I forgot to do.
NBA and NHL playoffs. So until then, for our boys, Jamal, Hit Kid, my buddy Zach, we'll see you next week, and my buddy Gurok, our executive producer Jose, and my bar keeps Brandon and Carter. This is JB. We are signing off. We will see you guys next week for episode 100.
What's up?
Jacob, I believe he wanted to say something.
Yes, this is actually very important. That May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yes, it is.
So please, if there's anything that's bothering you at any point, please seek help or just talk to someone. It could be a friend, a family member, whoever. All right? Just remember one other thing, all right? So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10.
Very, very nice. Very good scripture. Please do take care of your mental health, because the more you do, you will live longer on this big, beautiful blue marble with your loved ones. We mean that sincerely. So, as I said, we thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all have yourself a wonderful night. We'll see you guys next week. Take care of yourselves. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.